Hey, welcome to EdsGuitarLessons.com. I'm going to demo the Zoom G5 pedal. It just came out not too long ago, so of course I wanted to see what it was like. Very nice pedal, and it's from Zoom Technology. There's other videos online that you can look at for some other details. I'll just give you the ones that I think that are most important. It does have, of course, the 4 switches here going across. Actually, there's 5 there going across the little foot switches. If you push 2 of them together, they scroll through the banks, just like most pedals have banks. This one has about 300 different combinations that you can come up with, different sounds that it has built in already. And then of course you can create your own and design your own, because you can access different stomp boxes. And this could be a very long video, it could be very short. Maybe I'll do it in 2 parts, I'm not sure yet. We'll see how it progresses. So anyway, you can see it also has a looper on it, so that you can do about 60 seconds of looping, or writing over a tape over, where you play a rhythm, then you can play a lead, and then even a bass on it. So it has looping capabilities. Push them both these two together, it scrolls down. Push these 2 together, they scroll up through the banks that are the ones that you have in the unit or that you've saved. You push this one alone and hold it, and then a tuner comes up. I gotta turn my guitar on. So you can see the nice bright E there, along with lights that light up red or green. If they're red, it's either sharp or flat. Green in the middle. You got your E string. Tells you the calibration here. You can bypass it or mute it, and you can save it either with bypass, mute, or you can actually hear the sound. I usually like it bypass, especially if you're on stage. If you hold this button down here, it says hold for patch, and then the patches come up like that. There's 3 that are showing, 1, 2, 3, and it tells you what bank we're in, bank number 1. The VX combo is a Vox combo that I had designed myself using a Vox amp simulator that's built into the unit. Then I put a nice clean sound patch on number 3, which is a Tele Crunch, or Tele Clean. And then this was a standard one here on number 3. It's called Han Solo. Very nice lead solo type sound with some gain on it. Some various gain. And if I want to look at the patches, say I want to look at Han Solo. So I press on 3, the button comes up. Actually, I'm still in tuner mode. Okay. So hold for patch. Actually, no. Let's go back. I'm going to hold for patch. And then I select the number 3 right here. So I go there. Now I'm looking at Han Solo. And I held it too long and I got the tuner. And then I hold this button down for patch, and this gives me the line, or the linkage, I guess, if you will, of what is connected to that particular Han Solo patch. And so we use the scroll button here, and you can see it's on a Vox. These are all the things that are online or connected to make this particular sound of the Han Solo. And on this case, they've selected a Vox amp there. They got a governor on it. They got a delay connected in line in series here. There's a Hall effect reverb and a delay effect reverb. Okay, that are part of this signal patch, is what the word I was looking for. They have a graphic equalizer connected in, and then they got a optimal compressor. Okay, and then there's nothing on that particular line there, and then it goes into the volume or boost pedal, or your your volume control thing here, where you can control each one of those. You can control each one of these just by selecting them, and that's what we'll do right now. I don't want to mess anything up, so because I really like that patch. So let's go. Let's get back out of here. I'm going to hold this back down. It goes back to the patch settings, and you see I'm back into where we were. And so now I'm going to scroll through the different patches that there are, and I'm going to right here with that button, which is patch select. Okay, you have a patch select, and then you have a scrolling button depending on which mode you're in. So now I'm going through, and you see that you can go up or down. I'm going through different ones that are showing up there. I'm on bank number 9 right at this point. And so let's go with Excite Surf. Okay, so that's where it's at. Number 2 is lit up, and that means I'm looking, or we're playing through Excite Surf. Got a lot of reverb type of stuff, probably a little tremolo as they did in the 60s. Okay, so I want to adjust it. I want to add something to it. I hold on to my patch, boom alone, and this tells me what they did to what is in line here with the signal chain of this particular surf patch. And we can see they have a compressor, they have an exciter, they have a FD combo, and then they have a spring reverb, and that's it. And then it goes right, there's nothing else, and then it goes right into the customizing of the volume or wall pedal there. And so say for instance I wanted to add something to this. I wanted to add whatever. All I would do is I would come to a blank section, which you can scroll it anywhere you want. You can add 3 things. You can add, it looks like we still have 4 options left that are empty. There's nothing on those lines, so you can add something. So say for instance I'm going to add something here on this particular blank spot. So I'll come down to 3, press on it. No, actually I go to page. No, type. I'm sorry. We go to it's brand new, folks. Give me a break. We go to type, and then you can select the type of effect that you want, and you scroll through a myriad of different things that you want to add. Every kind of filter, every kind of stomp box, you've seen tube screamer, governor, distortion, squeak, fuzz face, metal whirl, Z whatever, Z scream, different types of amp simulations, even an acoustic sound simulator. I mean, there's hundreds. I mean, it just never ends. It's just unbelievable how many things that they actually put in here. So now if I leave that, then that is added to my signal chain, along with the other items that are already there for the surf sound. Now you notice that on this particular one there's 3 little dials there. One's a gain, one's a tone, one's a level, and those are controlled by the actual physical buttons here. So you can make them go up or down. It gives you another screen. A lot of times there's different menus within here that you can adjust in full width. Okay, but you can see it going up or it's going down, you know, depending if you want to do gain or tone or level. And that is true with every stomp box that you can add to this. Okay, so I just added a Z Neos, which looks like, I have no idea what it is, but it's something cool. Way cool, yeah. Okay, take some of the tone off, raise the level. Okay, so there's a lot of things you can do, and you don't even have to hit a save button. You can, if you want to keep the original and you want it to be saved, like say in the number 1 area, number 1 patch area, or you know, wherever you're working from a live situation. So you would hit store if you wanted to do that. Right now it would be saved in the original spot that we were manipulating it in, but if you wanted it to be saved somewhere else, then you hit this button here, the store button, and then it gives you the option to either store it in a particular spot, or you can swap it. So say for instance you don't want to lose a patch in 3.1. You can either store it there and it's just going to erase whatever wherever you stored it, it will erase the one that was originally there and replace it with this new patch. Or you can swap it where it will swap, and you use the 1 key here, you'll see this change. See that? Swap, swap, or store, where it swaps it out. It swaps it for the location you are right now with the location you want it to be. That's kind of a cool item. Okay, right now this particular Excite Surf is on patch 9.2, and then you would select wherever you would want it to go here, where you would go, I want it to go to VX1, which I do not. Them are my favorites. Okay, so you can pick wherever you want it, whatever patch, 1, 2, or 3, or whatever bank you want. Okay, 1 to 99 banks that you can store it in, times 3. So that's almost 300. Okay, so yeah, you can see that. I am not going to do anything. And if say you don't want to save it anywhere, it says basically if you want to cancel this whole thought idea, you can cancel by hitting any key, boom, and it's gone. Now for me to get rid of this thing, you have to definitely scroll through again. You have to go back to page, and then page, and then scroll up and down and get back to where there's nothing. Okay, because whatever you leave in here, that's what you just added. So it's really easy to add something, but of course depending on how far you scrolled through, it's going to take a while to get back to this, which means there's nothing there. So that's kind of a cool feature. So yeah, so it's pretty easy to use in that respect once you get the hang of it. I didn't mention this button here. There's 4 buttons here, and we talked about those. This last button doesn't have anything written on it, and basically what it is, it's a booster, and it's actually tied into a tube that's hidden in there. Cool. But you hit that, the light turns red, and you can boost, say you're going to use it for soloing. You can have your volume set on your regular patches, but you want a little boost or a lot of boost for a lead solo. Then you can adjust the amount of boost. You can turn it down or way up. I mean, and you can turn it down or up. And then of course you can adjust the tone, whether you want more treble or more bass. You can hear that. It's really pretty strong there. It works pretty good. I like that. It works good for it works really good as a booster. Okay, and you can adjust it however much boost you want just by these 2 knobs there. So we've seen the pages, we've seen the types, we've seen that these individual buttons control each of the patches. It has a rhythm machine. It might be loud here, built in. It's not too loud. You can select the pattern over here. Metal, shuffle, 18 beats, 8 beats, 16 beats, excuse me, rock, metal, thrash, downbeat, funk, yeah, hip hop. And so then you could do tempo on this particular thing, where you can raise or lower the tempo, which sounds really crummy. And then the level. Okay, I guess you can raise and lower the level here. Okay, so that's really kind of neat. Have a drummer on there. Of course, it also has a tap button, so you can tap in a tempo that you want. It does have store and swap, which we already talked about. It does have global. And one of the other unique features of this is found in this zoom pedal that nobody else has this that I know of. It acts as a volume, it acts as a wah, but it also can tilt. Okay, it's going left or right. Okay, up and down, left or right. Okay, to give you different tones that you want to to add to a particular thing. So for instance, you wanted wah here, and you wanted over here to add to the wah. This would be the main one. Then you can add these added things like a tremolo over here, major reverb over here, or talk box, whatever you want. You can add those along with whatever you got on the center one, okay, which, you know, would be a wah or talk box or something like that. Or it can be a volume control here. You go over here and it's a tremolo. You go over here and it's you know, a phaser, okay. So, you know, it's just another way to add combinations to what you're already doing. I'm going to try to find a patch real quick. So let's go to patches. Boom-a-loom. I'm back in the patch bank, and I know in 60 or 62. So I'm just holding these two buttons down, and then it starts scrolling like crazy. Okay, you could either do it with these two buttons, or if you're sitting on the floor like I am, you can use these scroll buttons here. I did it again. These patch buttons here, and you can scroll through. Either way, either holding two down or with one finger, you can do these. And I'm trying to get to 60. What am I doing? 86. Okay, I want to go to 60. I think 62 has something. So it's scrolling through the different bank, and there's a ton of sounds in here. A lot of cool ones, really cool sounds. You might be able to see some of those online. So I think 62 had an example of this organ lead. Okay, 62.2 is one that was set up already to have some different effects. So I'm just going to do something simple so you can kind of get an idea what's going on here. So and you see here the middle is just basically a volume control. But when I turn it to the left, volume control, that would be normal volume. Turn it to the left, it's adding like a multiplier, maybe an octavier, where it's doing an octave thing going on there. Now turn it to the right, I'll hit that same E string, low E string, and that definitely is yeah, so really volume. This one bassed it up. This one was like some kind of octavier. So three sounds you have control of with your foot, okay? So middle, volume. So you can set this thing up any way you wanted it. So on the fly you can get a variance of sounds just by twisting this thing this way, this way. It looks pretty heavy duty too, so it doesn't look like it's gonna break on you. It's all metal, it weighs quite a bit, so it's metal, hard metal. You can use USB on the back, and it does work as a DAW. I've already used it with some of my recording software, with my Sonar. I haven't used this yet, but everything else is pretty basic. Headphones, left and right, passive or active, and of course your input for your guitar. So overall, there are a couple of little items. I'm not sure why it does it, but my favorite patches are basically, I got them set up on, here's the looper section, so you can loop. I accidentally just hit one button instead of two. That is one of the drawbacks. I wish it had an up and down bank instead of having to hit two, but that's just what it is, okay? So let me get out of here. So hold for patch. Let's go up and down banks. What do I want to do? Okay, I'm back into my patches. I want to scroll through them and get back to one. Okay, so now I'm scrolling back, just holding the one button up at the top, which you couldn't do on stage. You'd have to hold the two buttons at once to make that work. So I'm getting back to one, where, of course, when you got a lot of patches, it takes a little while, which this does. So that's why you'd want to save them in either bank 1, 2, 3, or 4. Have all your favorites right there, so you don't have to go through this whole thing. I don't know if there's a quicker way to do it, but this is the only way I know right now. So I'm getting to 1, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, so bingo, bammo, 1. So what was I going to show you here? That basically, yeah, I got these favorite ones saved here. And the only thing I don't like is I set it up so that the volume control can work for each one. Because some of them don't. You have to set it up so they're each one are controlled by a volume. And what I found was I'm having trouble, and I don't know if it's a firmware problem or it's a, you know, it's some kind of glitch or something I haven't figured out yet. But if I say they're all supposed to be controlled by the volume pedal, then that would mean if my volume is off, they should all be off. And notice, it doesn't go off. You see that? I switch, my volume pedal's off. Now it goes off. When I hit it and activate it, it goes off. But when I switch, so there should be no sound when I go to hand solo, but you can see there is. So this is a kind of a glitch with this so far, and it could be operator error. I'm not sure yet, but I would want it that if I'm switching from patch to patch and my pedal's off, I don't want to hear nothing. I don't want to have to go like that to make it activate so that it knows that I don't want to hear nothing. I want it to be nothing. So it's really a cool little unit. Other than the little glitches that I mentioned, it could be operator error. I'm not sure. And I will find out. And if anybody knows, maybe you can write something down on the website there. But I do like Han Solo. Here's the Telly Crunch. And here's my Vox Combo. There you have it, the Zoom G5 Guitar Effects Simulator. If I can get the problem figured out with the volume, it's a keeper for sure. Because if we can't fix that, then that's kind of really not a good thing for a live performance. It works great through a DAW, through a recording software. My Sonar Producer software works fine. But as far as the live setting, if I can get that problem fixed with the volume, it will work live too. The sounds are nice. They're incredible. It sounds like a Vox. They sound like a Marshall. It sounds big. It sounds huge. So it's got a lot of cool sounds in it that I think, everybody has seemed to have figured out, how to make these things really sound and simulate or emulate amp settings in different stomp boxes. So anyway, I hope you enjoy my demo. Check out my website, edsguitarlessons.com. And anyway, if you have any comments, please post them, because I'm always open for suggestions. Doesn't mean I'm going to change anything, but I'm open for suggestions. Have a great day. God bless you, and see you next time. Bye.